Those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. Know why. We are doomed. No, 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 no. No. Please tell me this is a joke. I can't stop laughing. Please no. How horrifyingly. Dear God, no. And of course, only villains do that. The meme. These are all bad takes. So the news is that Legendary is adapting My Hero Academia into a live-action movie. Honestly, rather than just like going through these motions of I don't know, reading the article and going through stuff, I'm just gonna get to one of the points of this video and just say you have to be optimistic whenever a live-action movie is announced. By default, you have to be. I think it's a good way to be. And, you know, it takes time, clearly, for adaptations from a certain medium to be good. Comics, it took a while to be good, and now we get a ton of good ones. And video games and anime, it's just going to be the same. You just have to give everyone time to kind of work on it. And the reason kind of why I'm optimistic about the future of these movies is because there are people out there who really are big fans of the material and are focused on doing it justice. The big name that I can think of now, and now this is a guy who's creating a movie that has not been released yet, so we can't really judge until it comes out, but I know who's someone that everyone is really optimistic about is Jordan Vogt Roberts, the director of King Kong Skull Island, who is now writing, I think, and directing a Metal Gear Solid movie. He actually rewrote his Metal Gear Solid script because he thought it wasn't good enough. Kojima seems to love the guy. The guy clearly loves Metal Gear, and I think he's going to do a good job. The problem is simply that studios don't hire these people to direct their movies. They might hire people who are kind of fans of the things, but don't really understand it. There was a Shadow of the Colossus script that was written in 2010, and it was just so there's things about it early on in the script that are just so wrong and clearly such a misunderstanding of Shadow of the Colossus and what its backstory might be. And okay, this Funko Pop thing's annoying. And that guy who wrote that Shadow of the Colossus script is on record in an article saying, like, you know, you gotta pay respect to the original work. You gotta do it right. I think Shadow of the Colossus is really easy to adapt, and I think that you just gotta respect. And he didn't respect it. And then you have people like Jean Colette Serra, who was going to do an Akira movie, and you have him on record saying the Japanese don't have good characters historically. They don't have good characters in their fictional works. And so that's something I'm going to need to punch up for Akira. Ridiculous shit like that. Studios have not been looking for the people who care. I don't really know why they haven't, because clearly if they've seen what Marvel does, they should know that just being, you know, staying close to the source material tends to work a lot of the time. Being true to it in maybe Marvel isn't a great example because those are often kind of distillations, but there are definitely movies out there where being close to the source material is really almost always a good thing. You know, I mean, Watchmen is generally well liked. I think some people thought it was too close to the source material, but you know, it didn't hurt the movie. And that's kind of why I'm optimistic about the future, because I think studios are very slowly realizing who they need to hire, and I think it's gonna start happening pretty soon. We're gonna get Metal Gear. I think we're gonna get Sonic, and Sonic probably won't totally suck. I think it's going to be just about as good as Sonic games are good, you know? And so after that, who knows? You know, the sky's the limit. I think Warcraft fans liked Warcraft, I think from what I heard. Nobody else did, but fans did. So, you know, it's not as if good adaptations of games and anime can never happen. And The reason I like to be optimistic from the start when hearing about news like this is because you don't have much to lose. The idea is that you follow the production of the thing as it's produced, and that you continue to judge and change your opinion as that goes on. I'm not advocating for being optimistic up until you're in the theater watching the thing, so then you can be incredibly disappointed and let down. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you should be optimistic when you start, because there's no real reason not to be. Having a movie made about something you like is exciting news, and it's something that you should hope is good. You know, this way of looking at things has worked for me in the past, notably with The Dark Tower. When The Dark Tower movie was announced, finally, you know, when it was really announced after being in development hell for a long time, I was really excited. Then when the trailer came out, I was like, yeah, this doesn't look that great. I don't know. And in the lead up to its release, I was just like, well, I really don't think this is going to be good. So, you know, whatever. And that was like a while before release. Like shortly after the first trailer came out, I kind of gave up on Dark Tower just because I had a big feeling that it wouldn't be good. And my feeling was right. Now, even though I have this weird vertical Dark Tower thing over there, I actually still have not seen the movie. And I know that if I saw it, probably wouldn't care that much if it was that good or bad, because I've tempered my expectations. The same thing happened with the Clive Barker novel, The Starlit Gospels, which was a total piece of crap, and I totally knew going in that it was going to be a piece of crap just because I've been watching, you know, I've been reading the waves, you know, I've been looking at the signs, you know, when it was close to release. Anyway, that's kind of besides the point. I'm just saying that way of thinking of being optimistic works. I think I might make another video that has my actual thoughts about the My Hero Academia movie. What's it going to be like? What about whitewashing? etc. And I'll probably make that soon. But for now, I think this works pretty well as its own video, people. Be optimistic. There's filmmakers out there who like My Hero Academia. It's a huge franchise. All Legendary needs to do is find one or two of these people. That's all they need to do. There's not much preventing My Hero Academia from being a good movie. So that's that.